Welcome to Teaching Pathshala, and it's me, your educator Jyoti. Today I will be dealing with some of the questions that has been asked in Shift 2 of November 2020 exam, or you can say that is your June 2020 exam. Okay, and this video will mainly be in it will be mainly in English because already I have uploaded the Hindi version of this particular video. So I hope you will find it useful. Okay, our first question is from plant physiology, and this is from the shift 2. Okay, so the question is Calvin Benzil cycle is divided into the three phase. Calvin Benzil is what? That is the C3 cycle, the cycle which is responsible for fixing of carbon. Because if we talk about the photosynthesis, so photosynthesis or mainly the light reaction, it will give us ATP and NADPH, but in C3 cycle, this particular all energy compound, it will be utilized in this particular pathway, that is C3 cycle, and finally it will be converted into the sugar compound. That is what called the fixing of carbon, because in ecosystem carbon is present in the CO2 form, but this is not a utilizable form for a plant. So that is why plant need to fix it, or plant need to fix it into the carbon backbone, and so that this could convert into the sugar moiety. Okay, and then this particular sugar compound, it will be utilizable by the plant. So that is what happened in the C3 cycle. That is what called the Calvin Benzil cycle. So majorly it is composed of a total 3 steps, that is carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. So the following statement are related to the 3 phase of Calvin Benzil cycle. So what we have to pick in this particular question, we need to know the correct combination, right? This is the highlighted area. This is a key point of this particular question. So the first option is the product of light reaction, that is ATP and NADPH, is utilized in the carboxylation phase. So for solving this question, you need to have a basic idea regarding the C3 cycle. Although I have already uploaded the video of C3 cycle on Teaching Pathshala, so you can watch that. So if we talk about the carboxylation phase, there is a no involvement of ATP or NADPH. In carboxylation phase, mainly CO2 and Rubisco enzyme both used to work, and then the CO2 get fixed into the 3-phosphoglycerate, okay, which is a first stable compound in the C3 cycle, that is a 3 carbon containing compound. So somehow this statement is wrong, because there is a no utilization of ATP and NADPH in the carboxylation phase, because they are this has been utilized in the phase which is known as a reduction phase. Fine, so this is wrong. If A is wrong, so we can eliminate this option, right, and this option, and we are left with only two options, that is B and D combination and C and D combination. But luckily we know that D is there in both the options, so we can say that somehow D is going to be the correct option, right? So this will be correct. Even without reading that, we can say that this is a correct option, because it is included in all this particular option that has been left with us. So this is wrong. Next, let's focus on B. So 6 molecule of 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into the 6 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the reduction phase. So what happened in the reduction phase is actually, so when there is a first stable compound, it is a first stable compound. In this particular step, the 3-phosphoglycerate, okay, 3-phosphoglycerate, it is having a total 6 molecule. It will be converted into the 6 molecule of, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This process is known as a reduction process or reduction phase, and it will utilize ATP and NADPH. Okay, NADPH, and then we will get, that is 6 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. From this one molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, or we used to call it as a triose phosphate, it will enter into the either the sucrose synthesizing pathway or the starch synthesizing pathway, and rest 5 molecule of G3P, okay, it will enter into the regeneration process, in which it will again go back to the initial compound which was taking part into the very initial step. Fine. So that is what asked in this particular option, that is 6 molecule of 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into the 6 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the reduction phase. So this is a true statement. And if you know that B is the true option, obviously this combination will be the final answer. Okay. In C option, it has been asked that the action of aldolase enzyme for the production of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate take place in reduction phase. But in actual, aldolase used to work during the starch and sucrose synthesis, not in the reduction phase. So this is again a wrong statement. So we are up to the correct statement, that is the statement number B or option B. Next question is again, I think it is from ecology, right? So given below is the list of natural disasters. So this is a list of a natural disaster, and it includes that is the coral bleaching, rising in the sea level, shift in the species distribution, lowering of sea level, and increasing of the glacier sheet. So which one of the following combination of disturbance can be attributed to the global warming? So we need to select the options that will be responsible for the global warming. Okay, so the option which we will be picking, that should be the enhancer of global warming condition. So if we talk about the E option, here it has been mentioned that there should be an increase in the glacier sheet, but nowadays we are hearing that glacier sheet is getting reduced, and that is serious concern regarding the global warming, because that is somehow participating in increasing the global warming if the sheets are getting reduced. So if reduction is playing the role in global warming, so the increase in that glacial sheet, that should not participate, right? If someone is decreasing and then making a negative impact, that means the increasing portion can obviously make a positive impact. So we can say that the E option is totally a wrong option. And if we are eliminating E option, luckily you can see there is an like in first option there is a E, so we can eliminate this. In third option again there is a E, we can eliminate this also, and in fourth option again E, we can eliminate this. So sometimes CSIR used to give this kind of combination also, which will require a minimum input for selecting the most accurate answer. Although we are up to the second option, and we can say that yes, this is a correct answer, right? So first option is coral bleaching. Obviously coral bleaching is one of the major factor that is contributing toward the global warming. So we can say that yes, it is a contributing portion. Next, rising in the sea level, again it is also playing its role in increasing the global warming. Shift in the species distribution, again this also increasing the global warming. Lowering the sea level, at the same time lowering and rising both can't play its role in, that is, enhancing the global warming. So we can say that this is a contradictory statement, and we can eliminate this, right? So with this we can say that A, B and C, this particular three option, they will be playing, or this three reason or factor, they will be playing its role in enhancing the global warming. So our answer is second. Okay, again the next question is from ecology, and it is a very that is interesting portion. Although I have uploaded a video of graph decoding, that was also mainly in English, so I hope you have like watched that video, because this question will include that concepts only. Okay, so let's see. The bubble plot shows an effect of temperature and precipitation on the annual growth of tree of a certain species. So according to this graph, that is, there is a growth of a tree on which temperature and precipitation, they are going to play their role. The area of a bubble is proportional to the tree growth. That means the bigger the circle, the bigger will be growth. That is what the proportionality means, right? So circle size of circle, right, it is directly proportional to the tree growth. So higher the size of the circle or bigger the size of the circle, the higher will be the tree growth. That we can assume. As well as the lower the size of a circle, the lower will be the tree growth. So what they have asked, that is based on the plot, the growth of the tree is. So growth of the tree is, first option is directly proportional to both precipitation and temperature. Second is directly proportional to the precipitation but inversely proportional to the temperature. Third is inversely proportional to the precipitation but directly proportional to the temperature. And the fourth is inversely proportional to both the precipitation and temperature. So what we need to that is what we need to interpret it from this particular graph, that which factor is acting in the proportional basis and which factor is acting as a inversely proportional basis, right? So if we first see, that is temperature area, here the temperature is high, here is the lowest temperature, right? And if we are seeing this, we are getting the bigger circle at a very highest position, and if we match like this, we can say that higher the temperature, at high temperature the tree growth will be high, right? That is what we are getting, because the bigger circle is near the highest temperature, so we can say that higher the temperature, higher will be the growth. And if we talk about the lower temperature, you can see we are getting very small circle, so lower the temperature, lower will be the growth. And this is known as a directly proportional relation, directly proportional. Okay. And if we talk about the precipitation, so precipitation we are getting maximum at this point, this is max point, and this is minimum point. So we can say that when the precipitation is maximum, we are getting, okay, let me change the different color. Okay, we are, if precipitation is maximum, we are getting what? We are getting small size bubble, right? That means what? Small size bubbles means low growth. So higher the precipitation, if the precipitation is highest, at that time we are getting lowest growth of tree. And if the precipitation is low, at that time we are getting what? See this, we are getting higher, that is a high size or the large size bubble. So we can say that when the precipitation is low, we are getting growth at its maximum. So this is known as a inverse relation. So with this we can say that this I think it is third option, right? Inversely proportional to the precipitation but directly proportional to the temperature. This is our option, correct option. So if you know how to read a graph, easily you can do these kind of questions, because in every paper there is at least 2 to 3 questions out of these type. Okay. Okay. So the next question is from plant physiology. Which one of the following statement regarding the double fertilization in the plant is correct? So they are asking simple, on a simple basis, that is what is double fertilization. So let me tell you, in a very initial time there is a presence of a 2 sperm cell. Okay, 2 sperm cell is there, and first sperm cell will fuse with egg cell, and this will be known as the syngamy process, syngamy. And the another sperm, it will fuse with 2 central cell or nuclei, and it will be known as a triple fusion. So these two type of fertilization, that is syngamy and triple fusion. So these two type of fertilization, that is syngamy and triple fusion, they are occurring in same embryo sac. So this is first fertilization, this is second fertilization, and all of together we used to call it as a double fertilization. And that is what asked in this particular question. So the options are the same sperm cell fused with both egg cell and central cell, no. Second is the 2 sperm cell fused with egg cell, no. 1 sperm cell will fuse with egg cell and the second will fuse with central cell, exactly, this is our correct answer. Okay, so with this we are done with some of the questions. In our next video again I will try to upload a video. I mean, first I will upload in Hindi and then after that I will upload the English version of that. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Don't forget to give your feedback in the comment section. Also you can share this video with your friend whosoever is preparing for CSI NET exam. Thank you so much and keep learning.